The search for a new settled minister takes place in a remarkable context. Societies across the world seem fragile now. The wars in the Middle East and Ukraine, the political situation in the U.S., the consequences of climate change playing out, rampant inequality and racism, the movement of millions of people across borders all over the world made by people seeking some kind of stability, the rise of totalitarian governments across the globe make us uncertain about the future. A presidential election is occurring in 5 months, which will have a huge impact on our society and indeed the world. Civil unrest is anticipated leading up to and after the election, and I don't have to tell you what is at stake. Amid all these issues and concerns whirling about us, society needs, I repeat, needs faith communities such as ours more than ever. I grew up in the South, and I can say with some degree of conviction that many of the political divisions and fanaticisms that we see on display daily in our society have roots in religious communities where people are taught to be biased, taught to reject reason and science, and taught a very narrow understanding of religion. I am not attempting to cast insults. I have no desire to do so. I am trying to point out what I think are undeniable facts. Challenging times, however, open up new opportunities. The ancient Greeks had 2 words for time. One of them was chronos, by which they meant sequential time, the ordinary passing of time. And the other name or word for time was kairos. Kairos meant the right, critical, or opportune moment. The word kairos implied that there are some times that have special significance because they give us unique opportunities unavailable, not found in ordinary times. And I do believe we are living in a kairos time. I think this community needs to do everything it can possibly do to let people know you are here. I think we need to do all we can to grow out of the idea that we are and will forever be a tiny, obscure, self-sabotaging religious community. I think we have to find ways to present ourselves proudly to this world, which is, as I mentioned earlier, so much in need of it, as a community of radical hospitality, which embraces reason, science, justice, equality, diversity, compassion, and respect for all in a quest for truth and meaning. I think these themes would resonate with a far larger percentage of the population to a far greater degree than anyone here now imagines. So this quest for a new minister occurs at a most important time. And oh, by the way, I can tell you who your next settled minister will be. Would you like to know? I hate to leapfrog over the search committee. We've just done so much to honor them, but I can tell you who your next settled minister will be. Are you ready? It's you. It's you. I love ministers. I am one. But you are the heart and soul of this church. The reality is ministers come and go, some quicker than others. And yes, they do, each one of them make some impression on your life, but you are the heart and soul. You are the permanent, settled ministry of this congregation. You are the permanent, settled ministers of this congregation. You are the ones who will ultimately guide the destiny of this church. I know what ministers do. I know what the range of possibility is for ministers, and I can guarantee you the range of what is possible for a minister to do never exceeds the capacity of the people of the congregation. Don't get me wrong. As I said, I love ministers. I am one. The minister and the staff have or can have important roles as institutional leaders and influencers. But without the people of a congregation leading, really caring about what happens, and really getting involved in action, and not passing the buck and blaming people, but saying, what can I do to make it all better? Without all that, nothing of consequence is ever really going to happen. There are wonderful things that can happen when a minister, staff, leaders, and members of the congregation work together toward common aims. There's really almost an unlimited amount of good that can be done if there's a true unity of spirit and mind and heart. And then there's the issue of change. I would be remiss if I did not mention that. Are you ready for change? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Because change is about to start happening. Your new minister will not, I repeat, will not be a carbon copy of your previous minister, nor anyone that preceded him. And that new minister, whoever it might be, needs space to be themselves, to make an imprint upon the life of this congregation, and not to conform to expectations drawn from what has been. Are you ready for change? Yes. Because change is about to start happening. I'm reminded of a quote from Lao Tzu. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them. That only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. The UUA process that the search committee will follow is a good one, a solid one. It's been tested over many, many years, and it works. Part of that is the work that the search committee does is confidential to them. And it is vitally important that their boundaries as a group of people making important decisions be respected. We have in the Unitarian Universalist movement a representative democracy. We choose people to lead important roles, and so it is with the search committee. It is imperative for every member of the congregation to trust the process, to trust the people, and trust what they are doing. In April 2025, the minister selected by the search committee will come here, preach on a Sunday, will be here the whole week. Everyone will have a chance to interact with that person or persons. And then on the second Sunday that they are here, they will lead another service, and they will be dismissed from this hall. They'll go to a location nearby. The board president will come up here and lead a vote of the congregation, and you will vote on that minister up or down right there. And I also, this is my second forecasting the future in one sermon. It'll be 100% perfect positive vote, but you need to participate for that to happen. Much has been accomplished this year to prepare you to be in the best possible place and condition as you embark on the next stage of your journey. I believe in you. I believe your future can be greater than your past, that opportunities abound around you, and that your future is very, very promising. And did I mention that change is coming?